If you are one of the 8 million student loan borrowers enrolled in the SAVE income-driven repayment program, you need to know the fate of this whole program is now in limbo after an appeals court temporarily blocked it today. So what does this mean for the 35,000 borrowers who just had their loans forgiven today? Nothing. And I'll tell you why in a second. But for everyone else in the SAVE program, let's talk about this major court ruling from the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals. So it actually shouldn't be a surprise to you because I told you in this video a few weeks ago that several Republican-led states sued the Biden administration in federal courts in Kansas and Missouri trying to stop the SAVE program. These states' attorneys general were arguing not only did the Education Department overstep its authority by creating the SAVE program, but they argued that if the program were allowed to continue, it would saddle those states with serious debt because they couldn't count on the revenue they generate from fees and interest on your student loan. Both federal judges in Kansas and Missouri issued temporary injunctions, temporarily pausing different parts of the SAVE program. The Biden administration appealed both rulings. The 10th Circuit Court of Appeals paused the Kansas judge's order and said the SAVE program could continue while the case played out. But today, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals took the completely opposite stance and issued this one-page order not only granting the request of 7 Republican-led states, but the unsigned order actually appears to go even further, blocking the Education Department from implementing any part of the SAVE program, not just some of them. No doubt this is going to end up in front of the Supreme Court. The question is when and what will happen to your loan in the meantime. We just don't have these answers yet. Hang tight. Because this just happened this afternoon, the Education Department says it's still assessing what this means for all of you borrowers in the SAVE program and will give all of you some guidance as soon as possible. As soon as I get that information from the Education Department, of course, I will pass it along to you. As for the 35,000 borrowers who had their loans forgiven today, they were part of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. They are teachers, nurses, law enforcement officers, and first responders. That program is totally different than the SAVE program. PSLF has been around since the Bush administration. It is not impacted at all by today's ruling.